Okay, right, okay, today, some of the video at least is going to be a bit of bracketry. In the last video I was looking at where I could mount the indicators, and Jen and many of you, and actually so did I after I sort of slept on it overnight, wasn't too keen where they were underneath. They were a bit kind of invisible, you know, kind of not really much point in having them under there if they're that hidden. I wasn't too happy with it. It was kind of more out of convenience because they seem to fit in quite nicely with the little bracket I made to go underneath there. But that's not going to work, so I need to rethink that. So I took that bracket off and tried to chop it up and make something that would fit on the. I'm keen on going on the top of the shock mount for the indicators. I think that's the most visible and kind of unobtrusive place to do it. And so that was the old bracket which I've been kind of playing around with. Unfortunately, because I already had holes drilled in it from where it used to be mounted, when I flattened it out and trying to get my distances right to clear the top of the shock and be able to get the nut behind it, I haven't got enough meat on there to use it, so bit of alley for the scrap bin there, unfortunately, so that's dead. So I've popped out today and got just a long bar of 2mm by, I don't know what that is, aluminium. So I'm going to try and fab up something that's going to work with those little projector indicators. So let's see how we get on. So we have the cat food box, and I've started mocking up another potential bracket, which will go like that and fit around the shock bolt, and that will, sorry, one-handed, but that will, you know, sit in the middle there. So let's just pop this on and see if that works. And I've got some aluminum ready to bend and cut that. That's the first one on, and I'm pretty happy. I think that's sort of a visible position now, and I'm actually quite pleased I made the brackets. Well, I've only made one at the moment, but it's just I think that's just a little bit more unique, a little bit more different than what you'd normally, you know, have. That's working for me anyway. Obviously just need to, I think I'm going to spray them black. I do quite like the kind of raw alloy finish, you know, it kind of ties in with some of the more exposed bits, but I think black is probably going to be the way forward, just to have it all blend in nicely. But that's one made up and test fitted. So on to the next one. There we go, much better. Both on there now. So I think just need to spray them up black. And we're done. Let's have a look, might do some of the front. I didn't win last night's little LED button indicators, so I'll try again. But I think as I've got all the bits out, I've got a bit of metal left, I'll try and do a little bracket for the front, and with the idea of mounting those type of indicators on. Okay, so I've had a quick little mess around figuring out for a front bracket. I think that's alright, quite like it. Yeah, I think that's gonna work okay. Again, I think probably black. I'm not sure if it's a bit heavy, but I don't know. I do quite like the look of it. So yeah, obviously I need to get some more of these if I'm going with this, and I need to make an exact copy of that side. That shouldn't be too difficult. I just kind of made that one up as I went along, and it seems okay. So there we go then, two brackets finished. Pretty quick to knock up those ones. I just bend that one a little bit more. I quite like them actually. I like that. I like the brackets front and rear, because I think just having that, I don't know. It's not off the shelf, is it? I know it's just a little bracket, but it's just something a little bit more trick and a little bit more custom. So, I mean, I do really like the kind of the bare aluminium look to it, but I'm thinking probably I should really spray them black. But yeah, I mean, it does look quite nice. I've just gone over it with some, I think 240 grit or something like that. Can't remember now. Wet and dry, just to, you know, smooth all the edges and everything off, and just to give it that kind of finish. But yeah, so I definitely need to get a set of those little projector indicators for the front as well. So that's what's going on front and rear. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a couple of hours in the shed just kind of working it out and doing them. Again, not difficult to do. Just a little bit of aluminium bar, a ruler, a punch, grinder, file, hacksaw. That's it. So yeah, pretty chuffed with those. I didn't bother filming all the just bending, cutting and grinding, because it's the same old stuff you've seen me do before. But yeah, I think those ones probably, to make them look less, I don't know, you know, just less, just kind of just bolted on there, probably need to go black. Don't know, it's tough. I mean, I am quite liking the kind of the bare metal bit on it. I don't know if it is tying in a little bit with some of these, breaking it up. I did wonder about sort of drilling little decorative holes around there, but no, I'm not going to. Nah, I'll leave them as is. But yeah, so that's that bit done. So we have brackets front and rear. So shall I paint them? I think I'm going to think on that one actually. I do quite like the bare metal finish. So that's those done. The side mount is drying, so that can go on fairly soon. I need to get myself another set of the projector indicators, and then those can go on. I can't put it off any longer. I've got to work out what I'm doing with that headlight. Right then, so I've got some etch primer on the brackets. They are going to be going black. So whilst that's drying, busied myself with something else. I'm still waiting for the clamps to come for the exhaust, so I can't put that on yet. So I thought, I've got to tackle this wiring. I can't put it off any longer. So I've just been sat here for a while, unpicking all the loom again, shortening wires, lengthening wires, rerouting wires, and I think I'm almost there. And I think I've got it to the point where all that wiring that's out the front is now here, and this is all that I've got that's going to be going out the front there. So that's the headlight, obviously, the clocks, the pilot light. If the bottom mount I get has a pilot light, that will come through there. So I've kind of like just what have we got left? So we've got the relay, which is going to go here. So that's on order now, the LED relay. That one is the ignition switch, which I think now, looking at it, I'm probably going to keep the ignition up there, I think. So I need to extend the wires there and run it down and have the ignition switch in there, and then that can tuck there. I've got to rejoin the blue wire That is for the clocks, so they'll have to go underneath there or up there somewhere. And then we've got the indicator light. So I'm just working out the last bit of routing for the switching and the indicators there. But I think it's going to work. I haven't test fitted the tank on yet, but it's not really taking up any more space than that coil than what was there before. So I can't see a reason why it's not all going to be okay. And it's kind of nicely nestled into the backbone there. So yeah. So I'll keep doing that, and we'll see how we get on for this video. Made a bit more progress since I last had the camera turned on. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the heater, but the brackets have had a fair few coats of black hammerite on them, so they're sort of sorted, and the clamps and so on came for the exhaust, so that is now mounted, as is the side mount. So yeah, let's show you what we're going to wrap up with today. Right. So there we go. So they're just drying now. They've had about 5-6 coats of hammerite on them. So I'll just leave those for a good few days to go off. But then back over here, so the side mount is on now, and then well, I haven't got the number plate yet, but that's all wired in there now. So it runs behind the swing arm and then follows up through from the brake light switch behind there, and plugs in into the top. So that's that. Oh yeah, just ignore those because they'll be tidied up for the indicators. Oh yeah, the LED relay has come, so I've just sort of popped that in there for now. I went with this one rather than an inline one because I was going to utilise the post where the old relay sat, and it just seemed to fit in there quite neatly, and it's just plug in and go. So that is almost pretty much the wiring. Let me come around the other side. The wiring is almost there if I've done it correctly. Obviously needs just a little bit more tidying up, but we've got yeah, like I said, horn, clocks, indicators, ignition, and some of the indicators as well off there, off the handlebar switch. So I've just got to work that out, but by and large I'm pretty happy with that. I've yet to bring the tank down and try and fit that on, but I really don't think I'm going to run into any problems, he says so confidently, because it's not actually sticking out any wider than it was before. So fingers crossed we should be okay, and I can start looking at a bottom mount for that. So that's kind of, I'm not resting on my laurels yet because I've not plugged it all in and had a go, but I'm fairly confident we're almost laughing. And then the final bit, the exhaust is on. So there we go. And I did a few minor changes, very minor, to what my initial plan was. So I got some of these, they're similar to the Michelor, I think it's Michelor, brackets. They were from Pipeworks, they were doing them the cheapest, but a nice solid stainless beef bracket that you can really tighten up. So I've got one on there. Then at the bottom here, what I ended up doing, I decided to chop the downpipe a little bit shorter as well, for two reasons. One, so I didn't just have a bracket there with some exhaust wrap. I know that sounds sort of, that was more of a side benefit of that happening, that I didn't have to get any more wrap. So for that reason, and also the bracket, I think I'm going to run with the like the Rethinking cross brace, but that's moved it from up there down there, which I think is a little bit neater, and I don't think it sticks out too badly like a sore thumb. But yeah, exhaust is on, looking quite nice and subtle and trick, I think. So yeah, I'm really excited to hear how that's gonna sound when it's burbling away. So yeah, so I'll call it a day on this video. That's pretty much it. So yeah, a bit more progress made, pretty happy with that. So I'll try and get on with the carb and wiring. I mean, now it is a case of I need to buy a few more bits, so it's going to be, don't know if it'll be this month, I'll have to see how it goes, but just need the speedo, some fun with jets, bottom mounted headlight, although those sort of things can come at the end. I'd quite like to maybe focus on having it running, getting it running, so I think the carbs and rejetting that and trying to get that set up will be the next one, probably with an extension on the ignition switch. Yeah, so I can just bolt that on and that's done. So yeah, so I'm hoping maybe next video could be some starting up, who knows, very exciting. Right, thanks for watching, take it easy, take care, and I'll catch you next time.